Biniam Girmay has emerged as one of the biggest stars of African cycling in the last few years and really captured the cycling fans with his sensational rise into the sport with some stunning victories and an absolutely exhilarating narrative. And of course, this young man at the age of just 23 is already a symbol for his nation of Eritrea, and the passion that has been ignited by the fans is truly remarkable. But in today's video, we're going to look a bit more detailed at his story so far, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel here on the Cycling Dane. Born in Asmara, the capital of Eritrea, on the 2nd of April 2000, Biniam Girmay Helu took to cycling through apparently his cousin. Biniam later joined the World Cycling Center after showing promise in 2018 for his second year as a junior, but I think a better person to tell him how he got into cycling is none other than Biniam Girmay himself.
In Eritrea, it's one of the biggest sport is cycling. I think nobody know about this, but in Eritrea, the first sport is cycling. The people, they really like cycling. Even most of the time in the city, they use a lot of people bike. And for me, it's when I was young, especially where I live in Asmara, it's quite popular, the cycling, because every weekend there is some races, beautiful races in the city. My family is big fan of cycling, especially my father. And in Eritrea, I told you already, it's cycling is the best sport. It's the huge sport in Eritrea. The people, they really like to watch cycling. Also, they motivate to ride a bike. And especially my father, he really a big fan of cycling. And every Sunday, I go with him to watch the race. And after that, I'm a bit passionate about cycling. And it's just about my country passion that I start cycling, because it's really big sport.
Biniam Girmay in 2018 managed to complete the treble at the African Continental Championships, winning the men's junior time trial, the team time trial event as well with his team Eritrea, and the road race in Rwanda. And notably in that race, Eritrea achieved a 1-2-3 on the podium. As well as this, Girmay also did something unthinkable at the time and won the first stage of the Orbel Timisters Stavelot stage race, beating out the home favorite and absolutely exhilarating talent at the time, none other than Remco Evenepoel, for a very fine finish. Overall, Girmay managed to finish third in the stage race, which was a very promising result. Girmay showed himself once again at the GP Rubeland, where he finished second overall. For the 2019 season, Biniam began the year representing the Eritrean national team, and Girmay secured his first professional triumph by winning the third stage of the La Tropicale Amisa Bongo in a thrilling sprint on stage 3, beating out the likes of Andre Greipel and Nicole Bonifacio, who were, of course, seasoned pros. This was also a remarkable feat, as this made Girmay the first rider born in the 2000s to claim a professional victory. However, this was not it, as Girmay continued his success and went on to win stage 5 of another African tour, the Tour of Rwanda, showcasing his prowess by simply obliterating the field. Biniam Girmay concluded the year attending the Tour de l'Avenir, where on the final stage he managed to finish 5th. He also went to his second World Championships in Yorkshire, which was marred by terrible weather to say the least, and a very different weather forecast that they have in Asmara, but it was an experience to say the least. For the 2020 season, Girmay joined the UCI Pro Continental team Nipo Delco 1 Province, where he continued to impress. He returned to the La Tropicale Amisa Bongo race, coming close on stage 1, but winning stage 3 and winning on stage 6 as well. In the process, that also meant that Biniam Girmay won the overall points classification, and this was his first points classification as a senior. Girmay returned to Europe, and here he achieved a remarkable second place in the Trofeo La Guaglia behind the solo winner of Giulio Ciccone, solidifying his reputation as a rising superstar in the cycling world. However, his time with the Delco team came to an end earlier in 2021 as the team folded due to budget constraints after COVID, but Biniam found a new opportunity very quickly with Intermarché won to Group Gobert, and Biniam Girmay even made his debut for the team at the 2021 Tour de Pologne 3 days after he was unveiled as a new rider. Girmay demonstrated his resilience and determination as a rider as he embraced the new challenge and continued to grow as a rider. The end of the season marked a huge milestone for Girmay as he took part in his third World Championships, this time in Flanders, and on September the 24th, 2021, this was where Biniam Girmay managed to secure a sensational second place finish in the under-23 road race at the World Championships. This achievement was truly groundbreaking as Biniam became the first black African rider to reach the podium in the history of the prestigious event and gave him a huge lift in profile in the cycling world and really showed how far Eritrea had come as a cycling nation after the emergence of Daniel Tecla years gone by. After the sensational result, Girmay continued the season with the last few races, and one of them was the Grand Piemonte, and here the Neo-Pro managed to finish 5th in the sprint that was won by Matt Walls. In 2022, continuing to push the boundaries, Biniam Girmay won the early season race in Mallorca in Alcudia in a sprint in front of a very seasoned field that included Nizzolo and Pascal Ackermann. Following the success in Mallorca, he also went to Paris-Nice where he got several top 10 finishes before going to Milan-Torino where he finished 10th in the sprint, and then Milan-San Remo, his first monument, he finished 12th. However, at the E3 Saxo Bank Classic, he was able to hang with the best riders and managed to finish 5th. A sensational result, but there was more to come. The race that really changed his career was Gent-Wevelgem 2022, as Biniam Girmay was part of a breakaway group that included the likes of Christophe Laporte, Jasper Stuyven, and Dries van Giels. Biniam, in the closing moments where it seemed like the peloton weren't going to make the catch, he launched for the line with a powerful sprint and managed to outkick the favorite of Laporte, clinching the victory and etching his name in history as the first African winner of a cobblestone classic race. This was truly remarkable and really elevated Biniam Girmay in the status of cycling. But who better to tell us how he felt than Biniam himself? Describe in your own words how it was for you, that whole race.
I think I don't have any words for that. It's really amazing. To be honest, in the beginning of the season, I just knew it's hard race, but I don't know it's such this hard race, especially in Belgium. That's a big name, of course, in the classics. We decided 3 days ago to race for Gent-Wevelgem because before my plan is another. And it's first time to participate there and then to win. It's unbelievable. It's another story. It's really hard race, long with the cobblestone, and then among the strongest rider in the world. For me, it's a big step. In my life, I'm really forget about that. It's really unforgettable. Still now, I'm quite surprised. I'm quite happy with what I did.
Did at any point when you were in the lead breakaway, did you think I'm gonna win this, or was it still? Were you just thinking don't lose the focus?
I don't think about to win. I'm just thinking to stay with them and then to continue until the last K, of course, because if you see the race, it's only 20 seconds, not more than 25 seconds. So just focusing to came until 1K. But when we enter in 1K, I don't think to win, but I'm thinking just to be in the top 3 in the podium, because even if you get a podium in Gent-Wevelgem, it's huge result. So, but still, in the last 1K, I think like 1,000 idea. I'm gonna win or I'm gonna lose, or I will be third.
The next big challenge was on the horizon already for Biniam, and this was the Giro d'Italia. The Eritrean sensation didn't wait long, as on the first stage in the closing moments he was there in Visegrad in the mix for the stage, only losing out to the mighty superstar of Mathieu van der Poel in an uphill sprint. Over the following stages, Biniam Girmay consistently impressed with 4 top 5 finishes, only just getting boxed out in the sprints, but this was a series of incredible performances and really showed that Girmay had what it took. But the moment then came on stage 10. There was something different in the air as the peloton left Pescara, and it couldn't have been more dramatic in the closing moments of the stage, as the sensational Mathieu van der Poel was back again trying to deny Girmay more success. But to Intermarché's credit, as a team, they rose to the occasion, took charge of the peloton with some amazing teamwork and put Girmay in the best position for a perfect lead out, and it was Girmay versus Mathieu van der Poel in the closing moments, and Mathieu van der Poel came out second, Girmay taking the sprint, and Girmay even got a thumbs up from Mathieu van der Poel. In the process, yet again, Girmay wrote more records, more achievements, becoming the first ever black African to win a stage at a Grand Tour, and just absolutely showcased the enormous potential and super talent he is as a rider. Let's just hear from Biniam himself what it was like to beat Mathieu van der Poel and win that stage.
From the start until the finish, everything was perfect. We saw the team, how they work, how they, even the GC rider, they make a lead out like Fonso.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't handed on a plate for you. Mathieu van der Poel was desperately trying to mess up the plan in a way.
And it was super amazing. We start the sprint 300 meters to go, and then start and then to finish was, I don't know, it's just special for me and for all Eritrean, I think so, that day.
The only thing that marred this celebration was the unfortunate incident that occurred as he celebrated on the podium, as the Prosecco cork struck his eye and this left him injured, meaning that he needed to receive medical treatment and unfortunately had to leave the race as a result. It wasn't long before Bini was back, as he went to his national championships in Eritrea, where he managed to become the national time trial champion for the first time in his career, and this was absolutely remarkable to see the joy for the fans as he was lifted up and down along the road. Bini was disappointed with the road race result, but that didn't stop his season, as he went on to finish with some good results, finishing 6th in the Bretagne Classic, 4th in the Tour du Doubs, 3rd in the GP Quebec race, which was a sensational result, and 2nd in GP Bologna, unfortunately getting beat by Mathieu van der Poel in a sprint. All in all, the 2022 season was an amazing season for Biniam and Intermarché. The following season in 2023, there was a different confidence level to Biniam Girmay, and he even spoke to yours truly. The goals were clear, the classics for one, but importantly as well, going to his first ever Tour de France and winning a stage, being the first ever Eritrean to do so. Girmay began the year with success, podiuming in 2 Mallorca races in Alcudia and Palma respectively, before winning the opening stage in the Tour of Valencia in a ferocious sprint, really solidifying his form. Thereafter, he went to achieve top 5 positions in Tirreno Adriatico before the classics, where he didn't have the same success as 2022, as in Gent-Wevelgem it was absolutely terrible weather, and Girmay said he didn't fuel correctly given the weather, which is understandable. And on his debut in the Tour of Flanders, which was incidentally also his birthday, unfortunately Girmay crashed, and the subsequent injuries took him out of action for a number of weeks. Nevertheless, Girmay returned to the Brussels Cycling Classic, where he managed to show himself once again towards the front and finishing 4th in the sprint. Prior to the Tour de France, he headed to the Tour de Suisse, and here the magic returned as Girmay outsprinted a field that included Wout van Aert, and he was met with a rapturous celebration at the end with Eritrean fans that could not contain themselves with the joy of the victory. Intermarché and Girmay decided to leave the race early due to the tragic death of Gino Merda, as they didn't feel fit to race mentally, which is understandable. Girmay went to Italy to prepare for the Tour de France, and at the Tour, Girmay was active on the first sprint, just losing the battle for positions on stage 3, but on stage 4 it seemed like he was in a good position before he was somewhat pushed by Van der Poel, leading to also the relegation of the Dutch superstar. But Girmay built on this learning experience, and on stage 7 he came very close, finishing 3rd in the sprint, and almost could have taken the win if he wasn't impeded by Philipsen. Nevertheless, the Tour de France has been a great learning experience for Girmay, and he's really showed himself on the stage where the biggest riders make their name, and he's well and truly not out of place.
For the 2024 season, Biniam Girmay began the season in Australia for better preparation. Girmay was very competitive in the Tour Down Under, finishing 3rd on the first stage and even 2nd on stage 4, but it was after the race where he got his first stage win at the one-day race, the Surf Coast Classic, where he took the win in a sprint. In Treno Adriatico, back in Europe, the win didn't come, but he was up there in contention for the stages, despite even having a relegation in one of the sprints in preparation for the Classics. And in the Classics, the best result for the Eritrean was 7th place in Ghent-Wevelgem. The team changed his schedule a bit and included the Giro d'Italia on his program. He lined up for the Giro d'Italia for the first time since 2022, when he took that heroic stage win. He was in the mix early on stage 3, finishing 3rd. However, bad luck came the very next day on stage 4, where he didn't just crash once but crashed twice and had to withdraw. The Tour de France was of course the next big goal, but before that he managed to be up there in a number of one-day races, winning the Cirque France Belgique, 2nd in the Köln Classic, and even 2nd in the Brussels Cycling Classic as well. So the form was certainly there, and now his focus was towards the Tour de France, with his goal being a stage win. The Grand Depart was in Italy, and he survived the first few stages unscathed, and on stage 3 into Turin, this was where the stars aligned. He was up there towards the finish, even avoiding a crash. Still, he was detached from his team in the sprint group. As they were hurtling towards the finishing line, it looked like Bini was caught out. However, Bini persevered and picked the right wheel to stay on and managed to get in a great position, squeezed past the little Trek boys on the right hand side of the road, and then the moment happened. It was done. He achieved it, winning his maiden Tour de France stage, the first one for Intermarché and also the first one for Eritrea, becoming the first Eritrean to do so. Absolutely electric, and he delivered.
What a remarkable finish to the stage.
However, this wasn't where the story finished, as Biniam Girmay managed to finish 2nd in Dijon as well in the sprint there, but on stage 8 he also managed to make his way and win another sprint stage, becoming the first ever Eritrean to win 2 stage wins. We also spoke to him on the rest day as well, and he was very proud of where he was and being up there in the green jersey battle as well, something that he really had dreamed of. And on stage 12, the stars aligned once more, and Biniam Girmay won this stage, and winning in the green jersey was absolutely remarkable, sitting 107 points ahead of Jasper Philipsen in the green jersey classification was absolutely remarkable. Bini did his best to stay up there on stage 13, the sprint. He even had a crash on stage 16, but he made sure that he was able to do as much as he could in the intermediate sprint to get more points than Jasper Philipsen. And then there it was. He had solidified the green jersey, and Jasper Philipsen giving up, and it was Biniam Girmay who was going to be taking that jersey to Nice and become the first ever Eritrean to win the green jersey in the Tour de France's history.
The story of Biniam Girmay is beyond just a rider. He has awakened a passion in the Eritrean cycling fans that is rarely seen in cycling, and is truly a testament to the rider himself and the symbol he is for a nation. And coming from someone who's spoken twice to Biniam Girmay, I have to say he's absolutely a remarkable gent and a great ambassador for the sport and his nation. So that's basically it for this video. I wish Girmay the best of success with everything, of course. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below what you think of this Eritrean sensation. But that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you around.